I have 5 very basic tips that will help you to win more games in Overwatch 2. Let's have a look. I have been playing Overwatch since the first beta back in 2015, so that has been 9 years. Oh god. Yet I'm in no way a high-level player. I'm gold platinum at best. But over the years I have learned some of the golden rules. 5 general rules that will help you to become a better Overwatch player. Without going too much into strategies or here's specific things. I'll leave that to coaches, or people that actually play on a higher level. I'm even going to throw in an extra one at the end that helped me out personally quite a lot in the early years of my career. The first one is a rather obvious one. Overwatch 2 is a team-based shooter with objectives. Act accordingly. In other words, group up. Don't run in by yourself after respawning. Organize. Otherwise, you're going to be playing Spawn Watch. And that is not a matchmaking issue. That is a you issue. While you're at it, pick some heroes that work well together. I mean, we don't need to lean into the counter pick too hard. We just help each other out a little bit. And most importantly, keep an eye on the objective. In Overwatch 2, it's not the team with the most kills that will win. It's the team that clears the objective before the time runs out. Remember that. Alright, I have to admit, my first tip was actually 3 smaller tips, but it's all kind of part of that team-based experience. So stop typing that comment. Stop it. I can see you. By the way, what's that smudge on your phone? Huh. Come on, dude. Second tip, play your role. If you're going to pick tank, play tank. You're not just a DPS with a big HP bar. You need to dive their backline, you need to pressure the supports, you need to create room for the rest of your team to get their kills in. Yeah, as a tank you have a lot of responsibilities. That's why people don't like to play tank as much. But on the other hand, if you're just going to stand in the backline behind your DPS and your supports just shooting at a distance, you're not tanking. I would do the same thing for DPS, but they know how to play their role. The issue they have is that they sometimes don't know how to play their hero. But like I said, I'm not going to touch that. Not even with a really long stick. Supports, on the other hand, you need to support your team. If you're going to be running off, flanking all by yourself, dying 12 times in 6 minutes, you're not supporting. You're dying. And I don't care how many tutorials you saw on YouTube. You're not that dude. Number 3 is actually kind of tied into that. Playing support is not the same as being a healer. Healing is definitely a part of your job. Trust me, it really is. Like knowing how to drive is a basic part of a race car driver's job. But on top of that, there's other stuff you need to do. And yeah, doing damage can be part of that. However, if you're doing like 9k damage and 2k healing, you need to pick a different role next time, okay? Other stuff that you can be doing is damage boosting, speed boosting, avoiding damage, debuffing, cleansing, buffering. There's a whole list of things you can do, so do it. On the other hand, you might need some help, which brings me to number 4. Everybody needs to protect their supports. See, the team that manages to kill the enemy supports and keeps their own supports alive is the team that will clear their objectives, and as we just discussed, is the team that will win. I mean, there's a lot that supports can do to keep themselves alive. Just know that when a support is fighting off a Genji that is trying to rip you a new smile, they're not supporting you. So in the end, if they manage to kill that pesky little ninja, they will often find themselves standing on a pile of corpses, and those are the corpses of their own team. So help them out. And the best way to know when and where you need to help them out is by listening to their pings. Seriously, if I got €1 for every time I ping the sleeping Genji, and for literally nobody on my team even reacting to that ping, I would have €12. And like I said, get their supports. We don't care about them. They smell. They need to die. Number 5. It might sound like it's another way to help your supports, but it's actually a way to help you. Always keep line of sight with your supports. A lot of players have this tendency when they get pressured, when they get attacked, to run into the nearest room. The smaller, the better. But as soon as you break the line of sight with your supports, there's no room small enough to save you, my friend. You're going to die. And also, don't run away from your supports. I'm kind of done running after these 1 HP teammates while they're pinging, I need healing, I need healing, I need healing. Yeah, stop running then! But seriously, positioning is one of the most important skills that you can learn to become a better Overwatch player. I mean, you can have the best aim in the west of Mississippi. If your silly ass is standing in the middle of a shooting range, you're going to die. And that actually is true for every single role. Everybody needs to mind their positioning towards the rest of their team. And they need to be aware of what all the others are doing. Which brings me to this extra piece of advice that I had for you guys. The one thing that helped me out the most. And that is understanding how all of the heroes work on the roster. And there are quite a few now. And the only way to figure that out is by playing every single one of them. That is why I love mystery heroes. That mode forced me to play certain heroes that I ended up enjoying a lot. It has made me a better, yet mediocre Overwatch player. But it would be my biggest piece of advice to any new player. Jump into mystery heroes. Sure, it can get scary, but you'll figure out who your mains are, what you enjoy the most, and you'll learn so much in such a short time. So do it. that was it. Guys, I made a similar video for Marvel Rivals over on the Deemzies Plays channel. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link below. But what do you think? Which tip would you add to this list? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons. I could not make these videos without you guys. You have my eternal gratitude. You too can become part of the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.